Right then, this is a quick walk around video. This is for a Honda CR-V and it's a 2.2 EX automatic. This particular car's covered just 49,000 miles with a absolutely lovely service history. It's got 9 service stamps, finished with the ivory leather interior option, which is absolutely beautiful on the car. Car is in lovely condition. Just to go around it for you, I don't do it in the sunlight, by the way, not to hide anything, quite the opposite. It's to ensure that you can see any marks. I was told that by a professional photographer once, and I'm certainly not one of those. Lights and lenses, clear and intact, no cracks or condensation. Bonnet is very clean. If there's any stone chips, they're going to be minuscule. Near side, lovely and smooth in the panel work. Near side front alloy, very good indeed. Just a couple of tiny little marks, and then flanks on the side, really clean. Near side rear alloy, again, absolutely lovely condition. It's just got a really natural gleam about the car. We've just washed it, we haven't polished it or anything. It's just, so whoever had the car, cherish this car. And the offside, driver's side, again, absolutely beautifully crisp in the panels there. Side rear alloy, again, fantastic condition. Panel work is lovely, and then final alloy, again, pretty much unmarked. So externally, it's one of the very nicest you're going to see. Let's come into the back of the car now. You've got a cavernous boot on these cars. Unlike most CR-Vs, which are normally very heavily used, this one's been kept absolutely beautifully. So coming into the back now, here you can see this gorgeous ivory leather interior, and again, usually in the back of CR-Vs you allow them a little bit of wear and tear because this is where the kids sit, yet this one looks in beautiful condition. On the driver's, or sorry, passenger side front, full set of original Honda mats in the car. Passenger seat there again, it's been kept beautifully. Finally coming in on the driver's side, again, door card lovely and clean. Same with the footwell areas, kept beautifully. The driver's seat for a 10-year-old car, incredibly clean. So inside the car now, engine's running as is always the case, so the dashboard can be seen illuminated. Dashboard just looks like new, it's incredibly clean. Sat nav, as you can see, working absolutely perfectly. Just pop the car into reverse, you can see the reverse parking camera again. I do apologise, left the radio on. But yeah, camera working exactly as it should. But it's been kept just amazingly well. Just quickly show you there, 49,934 miles, no warning lights on the dashboard at all. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2.2 EX automatic. Car's registered LF13UWD, and mileage at the start of the road test is 49,934. The reason for all of our videos, and especially this bit, is to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of our cars, they get to see the very car advertised actually in operation. The reason we feel it's important is, as I always say, it's because, like many people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, but only to get there and find out there's actually an obvious fault that shows up when you drive the car. So that's why we do it. Also done on these wonderfully quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is then that it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car, it's been beautifully looked after, this car. Press the start button, engine whirs into life straight away, settles to completely smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all, looking to the engine or any other part of the car. The temperature gauge is running into third, which is exactly where it's meant to be in a Honda vehicle. The 2.2 diesel is a superb piece of engineering. It's very smooth, only noticeably a diesel at low revs. Even Honda can't engineer that out. But it uses an internal balancer shaft to make it very smooth revving, certainly compared to most direct injection diesels. But it's also got a really broad power band, unlike so many of its competitors that use very small capacity engines but big turbos. They lull you into thinking they're performance is there the whole time. It isn't. It's a very short period. This has a power band that sort of touch the throttle around about 1500 RPM, it's on song with the turbo, but it just keeps pulling and pulling and pulling, but very smoothly. It makes them a really good tow car, by the way, because it's, you know, I've towed caravans of these, and it's a lovely thing to use. Engine then feeds through into the automatic gearbox, typical Honda box, lovely smooth shifts. This actually originates from the Honda Legend car, which is an engineering overkill. The reason being that Honda didn't have an automatic that could cope with the kind of torque demands that diesel gave at the time they first launched it with these. So rather than develop a new one, they just put this in, which was designed for over 300 horsepower. So it really is, you know, more than capable. But the gear changes are lovely and smooth on the move. Ratio selected very carefully to obviously extract the best out of the engine, both in terms of fuel economy and performance. So coming to the steering and chassis of the car, these have always been a really nice car to drive, way ahead of their time. You know, going back to the first generation CR-V, which was based on a conventional Honda Accord basically at the time. So they drove very car-like at a time when a lot of their competitors were like driving trucks by comparison. These are, they're fabulous things to drive. The steering's really nicely weighted. You've got, you know, it's positive, accurate, but it never feels unsettled or nervous on the road in any way. So it's a really nice setup. And it works beautifully with the chassis of the car as well. The chassis, you know, is predominantly designed to sort of give you a very comfortable ride, which it does. But when you go through corners like the one coming up here, any corner really, minimal turn of the wheel, turn in, completely unflustered, remains composed. There's not a lot of body roll. There's not a lot of kind of secondary motions going on with it. They're really lovely things to drive. They really are. Worth pointing out, there's absolutely no rattles, clonks, anything from underneath the vehicle. All very fine order. It all feels as tight as a drum. Give the brakes a bit of a shove, make sure no one's directly behind me. The brake pedal's really good on the car, nice and powerful, no pulsing, no vibrations coming back through the brake pedal. It's all in fine order there. Finally coming inside the car, and it's a lovely interior. This is really sought after on the CR-Vs. The ivory leather interior just sits so nicely. Combination, because it's split with a little silver trim there. Where it's really nice is on, not today necessarily, but on those dark, dull days where you can just feel very somber when it's all black inside. This just brightens up the interior, it really does, especially with a huge glass roof above me. But also on raging hot summer days where you get back into the car, you don't get that oven-like interior, which black generates the heat. So it's a really nice combination, and it's really relatively easy to keep in very good condition. All you've got to remember to do is make sure you've got some wet wipes and a cloth. So if you spill something, just wet wipe it off, but dry it straight away. And whoever's had this car has kept it absolutely beautifully. It is in fantastic condition in here. It's also just a lovely place to sit and drive a car. You've got fantastic seats, they're very comfortable, multitude of adjustment, obviously electric adjustments on these cars, but also wonderful visibility. You feel very much in control of the car. Huge wing mirrors, which help with manoeuvring, but also in lane changing on the motorway. Everyone that drives them gets in and says the same thing, that how easy it is to adapt to the car. They don't feel as big to drive as people think they are, because it's all a bit of an illusion really. The dash layout itself is incredibly simple to operate. A couple of days in the car and you pretty much mastered it. It's that easy to operate. Everything working exactly as it should as well. You've got the sat nav up there, which is incredibly simple to operate, even for a dinosaur like me. Dual zone climate control, so you can have different temperatures side to side if you so wish on the car. All of the switch gear, every button you press, everything you twist has that lovely high quality feel that Honda give you in their cars, and it's every single one. Please don't pull out, please don't pull out, please don't pull out, please don't pull out. Sorry, I just had a horrible feeling it's going to come back from me. Heated seats, working perfectly there as well. I think I said the it's ice cold, it is, it's all been checked. Dash binnacle in front, classic Honda, simple, legible dials, very simple to operate and so to look at. They impart the information crystal clear, so you're not having to squint and try and find out what you're looking for. And then you've got this lovely small diameter and leather bound steering wheel. This is a four-wheel drive version of the CR-V, albeit you don't do anything, there's no buttons to press because it does it all for you. Honda worked out very quickly, right to the early days of the CR-V, that most people will be driving the car in these conditions where you just don't need four-wheel drive on. So what it does is basically it runs in two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, which is the most efficient way to pull a car along. Should it need to go into four-wheel drive, it'll do it itself. So if you were to pull away on a bit of snow, mud, ice, something like that, you couldn't react as quickly as the car because it does it via the traction control system. So it seamlessly brings in the rear wheels. It's almost like someone giving you a push in the back. It's brilliant in the way it works. We have a CR-V four-wheel drive which we tow a caravan with, and we've never ever come close to getting stuck with one. The advantages of the system are patently obvious. You're going to use less fuel, you're going to get through your tyres less quickly, and you put far less mechanical stress through the vehicle as well. So much so that, as I always say, in nearly 3 decades now of selling CR-Vs, of which we've sold thousands of them, I honestly can't remember putting a spanner on any of the four-wheel drive systems, so it is a very robust system indeed. The car drives absolutely beautifully. I can't fault it in any way. It is a wonderful example, this one.